I don't need content to do well for the sake of doing well.
Right.
I need every dollar spent to have a real tight, so limited, right?
Yeah.
How much is she working hand in hand with the creative people from the standpoint of the media's planned with creative in mind or vice versa?
Very closely. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
For me, every dollar spent in social has to have a super hardcore granular justification against what it's trying to achieve. And I would say besides TikTok, there would be no logic in one man's point of view of anything that is metrics based or perception is reality. It's too expensive to get to enough users on Instagram to use that as weight against Best Buy or Target. And I'm not overly worried about this didn't get a lot of likes or not. Let's not be embarrassed. I actually don't give a shit. So I think that's one thing to think about because that's a little bit off the common perception of social right now.
Can you talk a little more about that? You don't
Please.
care if people respond to the content that you put out?
I prefer it. But if we're gonna spend money,
Okay.
I would rather spend that money on either A, deep, we have an agenda to expand to business owner community or moms, right, or Spanglish, or we're gonna spend this all on TikTok and get to 250 on TikTok followers that allows us to really use that because every business in Minnesota is trying to figure out TikTok in 2021 and we're right there, right? Kind of like the Jets did it in the NFL. I don't know if you were there at the time, but that's how Mac Higgins, that's what happened. They were the #1 on Twitter and Facebook when they were the Jets and shouldn't be, and that really mattered. I think we can replicate what I did for the Jets in 2009 on TikTok. And so I would love for them to, but with limited resources, you can see how I would rather either expand truly the base or do something business oriented. I'm less worried about we need to make sure this content's got enough comments or
Yeah.
I don't need content to do well for the sake of doing well.
Right.
I need every dollar spent to have a real tight, so limited, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's running through my mind.